And let's assume that you review your team, review the customer, it's approved. How do I like to work with that? Because of course, that's the point. Well, the way I like to work, I always like to work, I click in the button here, tasks, you can see Gantt chart. I always love to work with tracking Gantt. And why? Because with the tracking Gantt, I can see the critical path. The tracking Gantt will highlight for me automatically the critical path. You see here the critical path, red one. It's what is marked as the critical path, and of course the critical path will be connected with based on the chain of events that I added here. So I always use the tracking Gantt. What I also like to do, mainly if you're working a project that takes 1 year or sometimes 2 or 3, like seeing things day by day, it's not so good. Then of course what you can do here, you just make like that, because then you don't see all the days there. And then it's changing, but what I like to do for my projects, I put this in weeks, and then I put here what kind of the reference for the weeks. For example, usually I like to use dates, like that one, because then I have month, date, and year. That's something. Or you can use that should be enough. I can put, say, I want to see every week there, because then it makes easier. That's the lower tier here, and the top tier you can put in months, or you can even put in quarters, depending on how you like to see it. And I put always Q or something, or you put, but I always put this with the year like that. I did not move. No. Center and in weeks. Ah, well, that's strange. That's not changing. But anyway, now it comes. See, then you have a Gantt chart. You can see per month. You can see the weeks. And if you just scroll through your timeline, if it's everything is open, you should be very easy to be able to see the critical path. Okay, then now you have a project. What you do next, or what I do next usually, I click here in project, set a baseline. Then I save a baseline. Why? Because then it's easier to compare. You see that MS Project in this this version of the tracking Gantt, it saves the baseline below here and the progress for the task here. So this is very basic item. So what I can do here, let me go back. I can go also in project. If you have project information, you can have a start date for the project. Let me start something in the past, because it makes easier what I want to show you here. Then I have a start date in the past. And you see that everything moved, but the baseline stayed. That means that for the example, I'm just going to save a new baseline. You can just overwrite the baseline, and you see the date when it was saved here. It's easy to do that, but you also have an option that if you want to keep several baselines, that you can, up to 10. Usually, if you have more than one baseline, I would recommend you to keep, even if it's an old one.